Yo guys, welcome back to yo Isagi, bro. What you doing, bro? Yo, why you dancing, bro? Leave me alone. Alright, cool guys, welcome back to another video. Yeah, as you can see, we got a tournament strat. We got 4405. Buffed unit is Aki. Nobody is using his bum ass. Mutators are there, modifiers there, bandits there. We did get 4405, and pretty much the strat should not be too hard. The only issue you'll struggle with, I think, the only part you'll struggle on is wave 30, because the wave 30 boss is meant to be this guy right here, and as you can see, he doesn't have immunity, but he's bugged right now, and he pretty much contains the things from the guild boss. Like, if you guys go to the war and you do the guild war, the boss here has full immunities to like slows, all that stuff here, and it's the exact same boss, so it transferred over to tournaments and I think the base game. So that boss is just, of course, he's not meant to be how he is, but it makes it slightly harder because you have to focus for him using your Luffy attacks and stuff. But he's still pretty easy. Let me just run you guys through the team composition and let's just get into this quickly. So let's just replace this team. Okay, so this is what I ran. So you got Kaido with Divinity, Madara with Divinity, Albedo's with nothing, Luffy's with Divinity, Frozen Admiral with Jack of All on Whitebeard, and then Trunks' Memoria on Shanks with Deadeye. And then we run you guys from the burbs. These are the bourbon running. So you got this one for Uma, this one for Irons, this C2 Doctor for Albedo. You can use C3 if you want, doesn't really matter. Because we got Shanks for Rupture anyways. But if you want it to be another unit who can Rupture, you might as well just take it with you. Yo, this guy's got Maharaga's crown. Why is he banging to me, bro? Yo, this guy's just get oh what is. But then we got Luffy. I'm running this burb right here on him. And then C1 Doctor for Whitebeard just to apply Nullify. I do know Luffy applies Nullify, but just want to have another source of it. And then, I mean, it is solidified, so it's not really doing much, but it doesn't really matter, you know. You can bring him you can give him a burb if you want, or C3 Doctor to make him cheaper. And then for Luffy, this is Shanks is what I'm running. High crit damage and high damage, and yeah, that's all that matters, and good range. Hey, and then the caloric stone unit is Law, and as you can see, I'm running a burb on him, which gives him 25% range, and then speed boost Memoria, so he attacks slightly quicker. That's all that is to this run, and yeah, let's just get into this. Okay, first things what I want you to do is make sure you set your spells before you start the match. So go into the stage, of course. Set your spells to Acid Rain, and that's all you need for now. Acid Rain, and then you can switch back and reset your spells later on. So the spells I have right now is Acid Rain and Supreme Summoning. And this is how we're wave skipping it. So I'm gonna place Luffy down, and when I see 7 enemies on the alive enemies part on the right, I use Shanks to auto that, and then I saw Luffy, place him again. Then I get Uma down quickly, do her stats. And then place 2 Whitebeards and go into the Sun God transformation. And if I did this better, it would have been more kills, but I used Q, and yeah, you can see the wind up time on that was kind of long, so it kind of messed me up. And then after this, you get out of the form, and you're just gonna nuke with Luffy's ability. So just get as many units as you can down, just to apply more damage, of course, and deal with the shields. And you're gonna use Sun God's punishment when you see the last enemy lose a shield. And yeah, you just use that, and then that's how you skip that wave. And once you get to wave 4, you don't really skip any more waves, and it's just pretty much just quite chill. So I won't really speak too much until I need to speak. Okay, at this point, what I'm doing is just replacing my units slowly, just getting them into their ideal positions. And for your 3 albedo factions, you want to put 1 on Luffy, 1 on Ainz, and 1 on Uma. And the rest of the units, of course, they can't really have it. So I have 1 albedo there. And by doing that, once albedo is in the Ainz's range, it allows us to, of course, have the passion spell. And you saw we use Aura of the Overlord, Acid Rain, and then Supreme Summoning. So yeah, as you can see, right now we have 1 affection for Ainz, 1 for Luffy, and then of course 1 for Aluma. And it does look like we're struggling right now, but we can easily recover, even though there is like 600 enemies. And it is the one thing I hate about this map. It's such a long path here. It just makes you like so bad. So what I did there was I upgraded Shanks once, and then I set Luffy to, of course, his other form, Cog 4, and then I maxed him there, and then set him to Cog 5. And if you do struggle at this point and there's like a lot of leaks, you can just use Luffy's ability, the full map nuke, if you just want to be secure. And yeah, what I'm doing at this point is just get my white bits down, making sure they're full AoE. And yeah, once we have the slowdown, things should just be very easy. At this point right now, all I'm doing is keeping my Luffy on first, and then switching him to, of course, bosses, and just chaining the targeting. But you can see it's not really hard at all. These leaks are quite strong, but it should be very easy. And yeah, this is where things matter the most. I wasn't speaking for the most part because it's just pretty self-explanatory, but this is where it matters, you know. So as soon as you can, when wave 31 hits, you do your Uma stats real quick. You go into Luffy's form and make sure you use the ability. Of course, ideally with shift lock, but it don't work for me. Even control key don't work. But you wanna pretty much get as much meat as possible, and then you can use the double E key. As you saw, he took a lot of damage. And you just want to keep doing that pretty much. But here, you want to set him to bosses, your Luffy, so you can stack up the crit chance on him. So you just want to build that crit chance. As you can see, that crit chance is slowly rising, so we'll just keep letting it rise until we get like a good amount of crit chance, and then that's so we can go back into the form and do the same thing again. But I did switch my law, as you saw. I placed on law, and we're going to be using him to pull the enemies back. So yeah, he's gonna be the reason we can kill this boss. So we pull him back. So he's set to zone 1, and I got to like 49% crit chance. And then here again, we're using the same abilities, getting that crit chance back up. So just use any attacks. You could just follow the boss if you want, but you don't really have to. So yeah, just as long as you're getting your meter to 200%. And then you use the nuke again, and you can see the boss lost so much HP. And that one, for some reason, I don't know why it missed. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. And I used that nuke. That one hit at least. And yeah, at this point, the boss is very low to the point where it should just die, and you can kill it off very easily. And yeah, the one frustrating thing about this map is, as you can see, you can get sent off so easily when using the lunging, the moves that lunge you forward. But yeah, as you can see, once you get to this point, you could just use the double Q ability, which is the full map nuke. And that can just help you like secure yourself and deal with a lot of the leaks. And at this point, it's just, I would say it's full AFK, but you don't have to put much effort in at this point. It's just, you should be so chill and you guys can chill. So I will let you guys, of course, do the run. You can follow the video. Shouldn't be too hard. And yeah, I'll speak towards the end when you actually need to focus again. And yeah, this is where I guess your only focus needs to be, because yeah, there's 2 minutes left, and you can see should be pretty easy to do. And yeah, as you saw, I used Luffy's full map nuke, and it cleared a lot of the enemies. At this point, just surviving for 1 minute is pretty easy, because you need to survive until there's 5 seconds left, because it just helps. You will see what I mean, because you have to use Ainz's ability, and yeah, that just clears a lot of things. But yeah, here I'm just gonna be building meter, and yeah, this is what I hear about the R ability. Right now it is bugged, and it just keeps sending you off the map, and you can't move around with it. And yeah, here I have a 300% meter again, so I just use the QQ ability again, and it should just do a lot of damage to the whole map. And yeah, from here, all you really have to do is just sit on the Ain's ability, so hover over Ain's and just use his ability when there's 5 seconds left. As soon as you see the timer hit 5 seconds, you just use the ability. And that's pretty much it for the Strat. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.